Hey boys and girls, this week in Shared Reading, we've been talking a lot about recycling. So we're going to read this passage today. And as I'm reading, I'm going to read it to you. And as I'm reading, what I want you to do is pay close attention to what's happening in the passage and what it tells us. And then afterwards, you're going to go and you are going to answer a few questions about this passage as your assignment today. And since we've been learning so much about this week and about recycling, you should be able to pull all that you've learned so far to really help you with those questions as well. So here we go. It's called What a Dump. How do we get rid of so much plastic trash? This section is called the plastic predicament. Predicament means problem. Try to get through a day without using plastic. For that matter, try to go just 1 hour without it. From food and drink packages to cell phones and toothbrushes, plastic is nearly impossible to avoid. You can't even turn on a light without flickering a plastic switch. Plastic doesn't exist in nature. It's created from chemicals. Mass production of plastic started in the 1940s. Mass production means it being produced a lot of it. Since then, it has become supremely popular, and for good reason. Plastic is lightweight, cheap, and convenient. It also lasts for a very long time. That can be good. You don't want your laptop to fall apart as you type, but it can be bad too. So they're saying it can be bad that it lasts a long time. Plastic can remain in the environment for hundreds or even thousands of years. It piles up, filling garbage dumps and polluting the land and the ocean. Each year, more than 300 million tons of new plastic are manufactured or made worldwide. Clearly, we have a plastic problem. So we're saying it takes so long for this plastic to break down, it can remain in our environment for hundreds or thousands of years. That's a lot. Trash soup. Natural products such as food, paper, and wood are biodegradable. They're broken down by bacteria and are absorbed by the environment. So they don't just sit there and pile up and make trash. They actually break down into smaller pieces and they're absorbed into the environment, into our soil. Plastic, on the other hand, is photodegradable. Light from the sun causes it to break into smaller pieces over time. It never degrades completely, however. It often winds up littering the land and the ocean. In the Pacific Ocean, plastic waste has collected in a swirling soup of trash called the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's huge, 4 times as big as Texas. It's just one example of an ocean garbage patch. Plastic pollutes all the world seas. So plastic pollutes, meaning it is covering a lot of our ocean, and it shouldn't be. Pollution is not good. The United Nations Environment Program estimates that plastic kills 100,000 marine mammals and turtles and 1 million seabirds every year. Some become tangled in plastic debris, while others die after eating plastic trash that they can't digest. Think about it. Animals aren't supposed to eat plastic, so their body can't handle it. Scientists estimate that 80% of the ocean's plastic started out on land. Now the good news. You can help by tossing plastic into the recycling bin instead of the trash can. A measly 28% of plastic bottles were recycled in 2009, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. You can help drive that number up. Sea of trash. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is 2 areas of floating garbage in the Pacific Ocean. Each one is twice the size of the state of Texas. They lie within the North Pacific subtropical gyre, a ring of currents that turn clockwise in the ocean. So this water is turning in circles and all that trash is just floating around. Reduce, reuse. Still, recycling won't solve our plastic predicament by itself. Not all types of plastic can be recycled, and those that can may not be recycled in a way you'd expect. Plastic water and soft drink bottles, some of the most commonly used plastics in the United States, are hardly ever turned into new bottles. Instead, they're recycled into carpet, furniture, and fleece clothing. When these products wear out, they often can't be recycled a second time. So they're saying they take these plastic water bottles and plastic soda bottles and they're recycled into carpet, furniture, and clothing sometimes. So what can you do? One of the best ways to tackle the problem is to reduce the amount of plastic you use. Carry reusable water containers instead of single-use plastic bottles. Bring your lunch in recyclable aluminum foil instead of a plastic sandwich bag. Ask your family to carry reusable tote bags to the grocery store. Every little bit helps. Plastic will probably always be a part of our lives, but by making smart choices, we can keep it from burying us. All right, boys and girls, so now you're going to go into Canvas and you're going to answer those questions about this article.